starting to feel like the holiday season here on Guam. So we're in Tamuning to learn about a Filipino Christmas tradition. Come on inside and let's learn about it.
Ang Pasko ay sumapit, tayo ay mangagsiawi.
Magandang araw po, Ms. Aling Mila Miguel, Mr. Mel Santos, welcome. Thank you so much for having us. So first, Ms. Mila, if we can, we'll talk about the tradition of the making of the parol. I heard that it's a long-standing tradition back in the Philippines that if I were to walk anywhere in the countryside, I would see one of these hanging up outside a house or a home. Is that right?
Yes, every home in the Philippines has a parol. No matter how poor or how rich the persons are, every home is decorated with a parol.
Mm-hmm. So we have a sample of one hanging up behind us. What can you tell us about this one?
This is a modern version of the parol. It's made from kapis and Christmas lights.
For that one, and it's more durable rather than the traditional parols that we have. These were made out of tissue paper or what do you call it? Papel de Japón, which is Japanese paper. They would cover the frame with that first, and then wrap the cellophane over it, so that when you put lights inside it, you basically will see the parol glowing.
Okay, so for a traditional one, you'd take an actual bamboo tree,
yes,
and then cut it up into maybe strips like this,
right,
and then break it up into smaller strips that you can actually form into a shape. Is that right?
Correct. Yes.
Yeah, originally, all the parols have the star shape,
Okay.
but now you can have different shapes of a parol.
Okay. Do you have an idea of how far back this tradition goes? Is it something that maybe during your lifetime you started seeing? Or?
Yeah, the making of parol was introduced by the Spaniards.
Oh, okay.
When they introduced Christianity to the Philippines, they discussed about the birth of Jesus, and then there were the three kings who were guided to the place where Jesus was born through the star, and that started the parol. But now the parol lights guides everybody to the church, where the celebration for Christmas starts.
Okay, very neat. So, Mr. Mel, what can you show us just a little bit how you would go about forming the bamboo and shaping it?
Sure. After cutting the bamboo into strips, you'll have two pieces of stars that you would make separately. Then once that's made, then you tie all the points together, so you will form this one piece. Now get several pieces of strips of bamboos to be placed in between them to spread it open. Estimate how thick you want your frame to be, because basically the frame is where you're going to start gluing your tissue paper and the cellophane. So pretty much you'll get enough surface area for gluing all your materials in there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So tell me, what did you use to actually cut the bamboo?
I use a machete to slice the bamboo.
For you young people at home, especially people like me who maybe have never used a machete, be very careful, use adult supervision, and
Exactly.
maybe you find a person like Mel to make the first one or two before you start working on your own.
Yes.
So that just regular, just string, like kind of
Yes.
or twine?
Yeah, it'll be good to use a nylon string, so it's pretty strong. They'll be able to hold the. Now you tie the two pieces together before you start putting the post in between. And yeah, these strings need to be pretty strong because, as you all know, the bamboos have a good flexible strength to it, so it does hold a lot of pressure once you start, spreading it open. And so once you get this, this frame all completed, then you want to start, covering it with the paper.
I hear there's a competition again this year. For the people at home watching, can you tell us some details about who's organizing that competition, and maybe for next year how you could enter?
Guam Filipino artists are the ones sponsoring the
Okay.
contest. There are registration forms available at National Office Supply, and then they can register until December 6th.
December 6th, yes.
Is the deadline.
Okay.
Till 5 o'clock in the afternoon.
There are specifications there in the registration as well as the criteria for judging.
Okay.
So they will be aware of what will be judged. And then they can submit their entries with stand. They have to have their own stand
Okay.
on December 14,
Okay.
which is the judging.
Pasalamat sa taglay na
Start putting the cellophane on this one.
So will this one compete this year?
No.
Okay.
Because our group, well, we are from the Guam Filipino Artists, the GFA. And one of the rules are we are not allowed to join.
Okay.
Or any of our family members either.
You know the judges. Okay. So Miss Mila, it looks like you actually cut some ruffles and
Yeah.
okay.
You can put this actually on top of this. This is only a rough sample.
Okay. Just to give us an idea what it would look like.
So you put those on all of the connections between the stars.
Trick to cellophane is, you see how it's all kind of wrinkly and stuff? Just get a wet rag or sprinkle water over it. And then when it dries, it stretches.
Oh, okay.
Making a tail is, we get the four corners. So now you make the triangle point. So then you leave a part that's not going to be cut, and then just go alternating cuts.
Maganda.
Maganda.
And you put a sort of a circular cardboard inside here.
Miss Mila and Mel, salamat po. Thank you so much for teaching me how to make parol. For Island Images, thank you so much for watching.
Walang anuman. And maligayang Pasko sa inyong lahat.
Maligayang Pasko sa inyong lahat.
Merry Christmas.